fan. Like I don't know if people don't. I don't know if people bring it up as much, but Book of Eli is a dope movie still.
Oh
That might
yeah,
be one of my.
another one,
That might
Book
be
of
my one of
Eli.
my favorites. That
Yeah.
might be.
So
That might be top favorite.
So I got Malcolm X, you got Book of Eli, you got Man on Fire, you got Training Day, you got Equalizer, you got Deja Vu, you got what
Deja Vu is a
else?
good movie.
Inside Man, you know.
Mhm.
You got
That
Two Guns. Two Guns
I
was
say
kind of funny to me.
no.
Two Guns
Two
is
Guns
cool.
is up there.
Yeah, Two Guns is cool. It's just a fun movie. I don't
All right.
think. I
And
don't
According
think
then
it.
the what he did with the cowboy back in the it's something
Magnificent Seven.
yeah, Magnificent Seven. That I like that one too.
all right. According
Uh,
to Vulture, these are his movies ranked. Malcolm X, Training Day, He Got Game,
oh yeah,
Devil in
he
the
got game.
Devil in the Blue Dress, Crimson
Devil.
Tide,
That's okay. So that's gonna be my
Mo Better
top three.
Blues, Fences, Mississippi Masala,
I haven't seen Fences.
The Tragedy of
I haven't either.
Macbeth, Flight,
Oh yeah,
Glory,
Flight.
Inside Man, The Mighty Quinn,
Hmm.
The Hurricane,
Mm-hmm.
Man on Fire, Cry Freedom, A
Deja
Soldier
Deja
Story,
Vu.
Roman J. Israel Esquire, American Gangster, and Unstoppable. That's the top 20 they have ranked. Then 21 is Equalizer franchise. 22 is Antoine Fisher, The Siege at 23.
He was
Much Ado
barely
About
in Antoine
Nothing.
Fisher.
Remember the Titans is at 25. Out of Time at 26. Courage Under Fire 27. Pelican Brief 28. The Little Things at 29, and Power at 30. The Great Debaters 31. Philadelphia 32. Then the Safe House.
Yeah, Safe House. I've
Queen and
seen Safe
Country.
House.
Ricochet. The Manchurian
What
Candidate.
did it say? Pelican Brief?
Fallen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Book of Eli. Taken of
Wow.
Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And at 40 is the Magnificent Seven.
Wow.
Preacher's Wife 41. The Bone Collector 42. Two Guns. Deja Vu. Virtuosity. John Q. Carbon Copy. Heart Condition.
I
And
never heard of that.
those are his 8 Heart Condition. I love Heart Condition. Those are his 48 movies ranked. I can say I don't agree with that list.
I can say that list is crazy because it has Book of Eli really far back, and there was one other one that it has really far back. People like a lot of people like John Q, but I'm not really biggest fan. It's really like feels like a propaganda movie, even though I like the message. I'm not against
Bro.
healthcare and whatever, but it feels like it. But anyway.
All right, so real quick, we're gonna talk about pre-product real quick.
Okay.
Obviously we're gonna talk about week 1 briefly.
Felix was there, so we can definitely get his.
We're gonna talk about week 1 briefly.
Yeah, real quick.
We're gonna talk about I want to talk about USA basketball and the comment based on, as far as world champions is concerned.
Okay.
Want to talk about out of here. I want to talk about hip hop 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nas just turned 50 right today.
Nas just turned 50. Happy birthday, Nas.
And it was something else
and
I
his
want to talk
album's
about.
dropping today as well too.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Can't wait.
It was
His
something else I wanted to talk
final
about.
run with Hit Boy.
Oh, this is his last album with him?
Yeah, his last run with Hit Boy.
Oh wow.
They did They did 6 albums in 3 years. That's crazy.
That's a run for sure.
Oh. And I want to play, and we're gonna play this or that when we end. That's gonna be the wrap up. This or that.
All right.
All right.
Intro it. We're gonna keep the Redskins talk brief, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna jump off with that.
All right.
What up? 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 It's your boy T,
Hey, it's your man B.
and you're on the Ride Up, season 4, episode 6.
Episode 6, the Miami LeBron episode.
Okay, Miami LeBron episode.
I'm not gonna hate on LeBron no more, bro. That's over and done with. It's been.
I didn't know you. I didn't know you hated on LeBron. Sheesh.
Well, not hated on him, but I mean, he kept the Gilbert Arenas squad from doing nothing when he was in Cleveland. I'm not gonna be mad at that. I'm done with that. But LeBron's a great player. Number 2, top 3 maybe all time. Top 2 maybe all time. Not number 1, but you know.
All right. Without further ado, we got our guy Kayla God rocking with us.
Kayla God.
What up? What up? What up? What's good? What's good? All first verse in the building. You heard?
Yeah. All right, we in week 1, man. We're in week 2 now. So week 1 in the books. The Burgundy and Gold 1-0. Got a 16-20 victory over the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes, sir. HTTC.
Yes, sir.
Felix, since you a fan member, what was your take on the game, Felix?
Oh man, it was electric at the game, dog. It was electric. To see so many fans, like, man, I got goosebumps really. At first, I was a little worried, because, we were down at the half, you know what I'm saying? And, and then it started raining crazy. And then all of a sudden the defense came and put Washington in a very great position to take the lead. So overall, man, I mean, I'll take the dub, you know what I'm saying? But the experience was crazy to see Kevin Durant in the building, to see RG3 in the building, you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Okay. What do you think? What you think of the game, T? What you feelings coming out of that?
I never felt worried. Like,
I didn't either, honestly.
To be honest with you, it may be that it was the Cardinals, but it was more so the fact that, like, I was irritated that we were like giving up some big first downs, but we weren't giving up chunk plays to where I was worried that they was going to just the defense didn't give up a touchdown. No. And I thought that was major. And they really did a good job of managing the field position. And I was like, okay, I'm not concerned. And I feel like I saw something that they can grow on. I'm like, give me something that we can build on. My main concern was the offensive line.
Facts.
And that offensive line performed just as badly as I expected. And what I wanted to see was, were they far enough in the relationship of Bieniemy and Howe to overcome an offensive line that may not block well? They gave up 6 sacks, and they'll say that, Howe was the cause of some of those sacks. I mean, it's hard to say that because there's some plays if an offensive coordinator calls a play that requires you to block longer than 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and you don't do it, it's hard to blame it on the quarterback. I had an issue with the offensive line more so because they really didn't get a chance to run the ball. I want them to block our quarterback and keep him upright, but I also want them to be able to, like, give some lanes to our running backs. Like, the running backs didn't get any good lanes the entire game.
I gotta disagree with that. Bro,
look at the yards per carry. The yards per carry will back up what I'm saying.
No, it's not the yards per carry. It's looking at the all-22 and seeing somebody running directly into an offensive lineman's ass. Like that, AG did that multiple times.
Well, I'm also speaking about Brian.
When there's free space, if I see a nigga and he has free space to the left, and you run up the offensive lineman's ass, dog, that's yards that running back. That's on the running back, not the offensive line. That's blocked well. that's not
So you're
ran
saying
well.
the offensive line was blocking well and the running backs were just trash.
I didn't say nobody's trash. I'm saying
Brian, I'm sorry. The
Look at the
offensive line
numbers.
was
The numbers.
trash.
The numbers saying
The
somebody's
offensive line
trash.
was trash. I'm watching it live. The
every
offensive line was
evaluation that
trash.
I've heard, every evaluation that I've heard has refuted that. So what I'm saying is
Refuted what?
that the offense, I don't running the
Not only that,
wise, that's
not only
cool.
that,
We
hold
can
on, not only that
but
the
here.
offensive line was trash. Not only that the offensive line was trash, but it was a lot of penalties as well too. Unnecessary penalties. That's not good. You can't win football games with that.
How many penalties was on the offensive line?
I got to look at the stats.
I'd have to go back because there was an OPI that was bullshit. I know there was
because at first, like I said, at first I was worried, but what you call it, number 24, Antonio Gibson fumble. Then towards close to the end of the first half, Sowell, he was holding the Sam Howell, he was holding the ball too long, fumble, and then they scored off of that touchdown. I think that was the only touchdown they scored. You know what I'm saying, from the Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? So, offensive line got to protect, bro. And at the same time, Sarah has to know you can't hold on the rock too long. You got to get rid of that.
I feel like he held on the ball a long time. There was like he had 6 sacks. One was he ran the ball and got to the line of scrimmage. They considered that a sack. Okay, like you know what I mean. Another
you said
one
6
was
sacks.
Yeah, 6 sacks.
That's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
That's not good as an offense. But you gotta like take that into like consideration of the whole. There was a bunch of long developing plays, like T said. That's a fact. There was like Sam held on to the ball a really long time. You got to make once you hit the back step, that last step in your drop back, you got to make a decision. If you're going to hold the ball 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and you get 4 or 5 seconds, then that's not on the offensive line. You got to help the offensive line. If you're going to drop back and you got the tackles are trying to give you a circle. They're not trying to keep that man from doing anything. They're trying to give him a long way around. So if you're not stepping up into the pocket like he did on a couple of sacks, then that's on Sam. That's not on the offensive line. So that's like we got to be fair. Like Andrew Wiley didn't have the greatest game. Nick Gates had a couple of mistakes, but the guards held up and Leno held up. It's like that's like, and in my opinion,
Okay, so what grade would you give the offensive line? I want to say it's the same as what I would give them.
A C+.
I'll give him a C-D.
A C+.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up no offensive line that allows 6 sacks. A C+, Brian.
They didn't allow 6 sacks. That's the thing.
Bro,
it's a quarterback drip.
Listen.
It's on the quarterback. I don't care if he's a first year or second
sacks,
year.
bro.
It's 6 sacks. It's not.
No matter how you slice it.
If so, okay. so if you do your job, okay.
So even if it's not 6 sacks, how many do you out of those sacks? How many do you blame the line on?
2.
2 sacks?
Yeah.
Wow, that's not good.
I don't feel like we was watching the same game, Brian.
I disagree.
There's no way. No, listen.
The one of the sacks, Logan Thomas had a bad block. That's on scheme, and that's on Logan Thomas. He was one-on-one with an edge. So that's not is that offensive line? Is that offensive line? No. So extension. Okay, so that's on Eric Bieniemy.
Okay, that's on Logan Thomas.
Okay,
that was shit blocking by Logan Thomas.
If you want to put the tight end on edge,
that's one. That's one.
The one where he didn't slide up in the pocket and the edge that Andrew Wiley was coming on. He had 4 seconds. 4 seconds. That's over average. You know the average time that you get for a drop back?
But if the play isn't developing,
2.7. It's 2.7 seconds.
If the play isn't developing, you're in the pocket.
Step. He hit his back step. That's all you have.
If a play isn't developing and you're in the pocket,
then run or throw it away. Run or throw it away.
But you can't just throw it away because if you're in the pocket, you can't just throw it away.
Yeah, you can.
But
throw it away, but throw it at the target or run.
Just to hold that thought, Brian. You understand the play call that Eric Bieniemy is calling. He can't just throw it away or run.
Okay, I'm not saying throw it away. Like I'm not saying do an intentional grounding. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
but throwing it away might turn into a turnover if you're just throwing it up.
Or if you have an,
T-Rex Grossman.
I'm sure he was being spied. Run. That's it. Those are your two options. So like that's to me like if you get 4 seconds, then that's on your wide receivers. Then if you get 4 seconds, nobody open, you can't find a read. Then that's on your
That's
receivers.
negative. The wideouts, there was a play where wideouts were way open.
Then that's on
way
Sam.
open.
Then that's on Sam. That's what I'm saying.
But here's one play. One play that I saw where there was a receiver open, but Sam didn't really have an option to get it to him because the pressure had moved him from the trajectory of making that pass. So he ended up having to go to the left side of the field versus the right side of the field. So yeah, in a perfect world, Sam would have had this amazing arm to be able to turn, look, and make that throw under pressure and get it accurately to that guy, or throw a safer pass to the other guy. The line matters, bro.
Of course it matters.
So okay, but you're only okay. Wait, so wait.
Okay.
So okay, you only give the line for 2 sacks. All right, that's 2 sacks, and then you average 3.3 yards per rush.
That's on.
And wait. You said Antonio Gibson running up the lineman's ass. All right, he didn't have the bulk of the carries. So Brian Robinson wasn't running. Brian Robinson was running where he's supposed to run.
B-Rob didn't look good either.
Because that line looked like shit. That line, bro, there's no play you can show me where the line bust holes open for them to just go through.
There was an AG run that he could have at least had a first down.
One run?
I'm just talking about one run. He had one that he bust 10s and they didn't even get the first down.
They ran the ball 28 times.
Did they run it 28 times?
Yeah. 28 times.
I think it was 16-11 and it was 28.
They ran the ball 28 times.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, all right, yeah. Number one, we don't have an elite running back. That's number one. Cool. But part of it has to go on the offensive line. So what I'm saying is,
I disagree on that. We do have a running back, but like I said, like you,
we don't have an elite running back. You're lying to yourself. You have an elite running back.
Like I said, whatever. I don't care if you put Swift. I don't care if you put Stephon Barkley. The offensive line is going to make or break the offense.
Yeah, but we don't have an elite running back. If you're delusional, if you think we do. Brian Robinson is not an elite running back. Now this Antonio Gibson. They may be good.
How can you be elite? How can you be an elite running back with a shitty offensive line?
The answer is if you're an elite running back with a shitty offensive line, you still make shit happen. That's how. Neither one of them is shaking they're not making somebody missing a one-on-one. I'm not saying that. And they're not trucking somebody on a one-on-one. See, if you can make somebody missing a one-on-one or truck somebody on a one-on-one, so I call you elite. They're not doing that. They're good to very good.
And we saw B-Rob do that at the end of the last year. So yeah,
he's good to very good.
So what I would say is it was a very mediocre showing to a defense that was playing over their head a little bit. If you watch that game, that defense was playing over their head, and they was headhunting, and they was playing dirty. So let's give some credit to guys that were flying around. They were flying around.
From an effort standpoint, I would give us an A- across the board, because that wasn't always the case. There wasn't always. There's times in the past where you get in the
Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals defense, they didn't.
They were bringing pressure. They were bringing that pressure.
Listen, people talk about them tanking, but they have players. It's not like
they have some guys over there.
Listen, outside of them not bringing back Hopkins and basically having Kyle Murray being gone, they have good players. They have good players on the field.
There was a lot of maybe understating what Arizona was because of a trade or two, and that Kyler's gone. Like, yeah, their offense shouldn't score on a defense that has 5 first rounders.
And that's why I give them credit, because how many times in the past have we had teams that we're supposed to beat?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And we lose. This team shouldn't score. This team shouldn't score a touchdown on y'all. You know what that defense did? They went out and made sure that this team did not score a touchdown on them. And when it was time for them to actually make a play and dominate the series, they went out and turned the switch on like it felt like it was no problem.
Mhm.
Like it literally felt like it was like, all right, it was like Jonathan looked across like, y'all ready? All right, let's go. Sweat, you ready? Let's go do this real quick.
Mhm.
And they did what they were supposed to. It's like they preserved who they're going to, and I'm okay with that as long as they show the ability to turn up when the time calls for it.
Mhm.
Now, let's talk about bright spot. Let's talk about the good that we saw. The first person I want to point out is Forbes.
Oh yeah.
Now everybody's playing that last play, which is good. I want to see you catch that ball. People like, well, I'm glad you didn't catch. No, fuck all that. Catch that ball, bro. You know why? Because at the end of the day, motherfuckers don't respect somebody who just bat a ball down. They only look at numbers. So at the end of the day, bro, get your pick.
Right.
Get your pick. And if they stop us, we punt the shit and the game's over anyway. To get that pick, baby boy. So I don't believe he didn't catch it on purpose. I want to know we got guys who gonna catch that rock regardless.
Right.
But his coverage skills and our cover skills throughout the game was pretty solid.
No, they was.
I felt like Kendall Fuller did a good job leading the cornerbacks. I liked what I saw from the defense. I like the fact that Sam Howell is a gamer and he kept playing, even though things weren't there the whole game.
Yeah,
he made
there was a chance.
Quality plays.
It was a chance. It was a chance where it was one of the drives where he was playing pretty bad to the point where Jacoby Brissett was about to come in.
There was never a time with Joe, bro. Make no mistake,
bro.
There was never a time.
T. I'm telling you because I watched it. I was seeing right in front of me. Jacoby Brissett had his helmet on and he was about to get in the game. Maybe on the television screen.
Because when he got hit, when Sam got hit.
That was the first one. But after during the game, Howell was not playing well. I'm telling you straight up. I'm looking at it. Maybe it didn't show on the TV screen, but live on TV, Brissett was ready to come in.
Felix, I've been watching a lot of football, and I'm trying to tell you, there was nothing that ever happened in that game outside of maybe him getting hurt. Now, let me. Now, maybe coach might be like, "Hey, yo, put your helmet on," because maybe he sees you put the helmet on. Maybe it's a psychological thing, but there was no reason for him to get pulled in that game. There was never a point where it's like, yo, he's playing like trash, pull him out of this game. It was never that.
No disrespect. Arizona was a must-win game. That was a must-win game.
I agree. For multiple reasons. But like I said at the beginning of this, I never felt like they weren't going to win the game. I never felt that way. Even when they were down. And they scored what, 13 straight points after we got on the ball first? They went up 13-7.
Yeah, it was 13.
I never felt like we were in jeopardy of losing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew all it took was one drive. And I felt like as good as inspired as Arizona was playing, I felt like they were over emotional, and they were making mistakes emotionally because they probably been hearing, oh, this team is tanking. So they like, yo, we want to go out and show these people. So they were a combustible team from the beginning, and it showed on the field. They got really bad penalties. They didn't get out of holding penalties. They didn't get off. They didn't get a false start penalty. They got one false start penalty, and that wasn't the line. That was a tight end. But they got penalties that are mental mistakes because they're over emotion, getting the quarterback into the play, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the one pass interference call that was a good play. Nobody's talking about that. If that corner doesn't make that pass interference,
AT, your audio is going in now.
Is it?
Yeah, now it's
there you go now.
My bad. That big pass interference that we got that we got calls on them. If they don't make that holding penalty or that penalty, that's a 6. And Sam Howell's numbers go from what, 200 to 250, 255, and that now it looks like he had a great game. Just off that one play.
Yep.
Now, I will say, I give Bieniemy Rivera credit, because there's times where if most times in the NFL, if your running back put that ball in the ground, you don't see their number called again for the rest of the game.
Right.
When
Yeah.
Antonio
When
Gibson,
Antonio fumbled that rock,
when he
I was
fumbled
like-
that rock,
I was like,
There's-
yo, I was surprised to see
there's-
him back in the game.
but there's
I was
times
surprised.
where that happens. Like you don't see no, but he got an opportunity and he made a key play later on in the game, but nobody talks about that. But he made a key play on a return.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't even know they was going to give him an opportunity to even do the returns after. Bro, you putting the ball on the ground, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I give them credit for, like, you know, bro, you got this guy here for a reason. Use him. I look forward to them using the fourth preseason game as a good measuring stick for what they're going to do for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's needed. It's definitely needed, and
Yeah.
I think more not only Washington but more teams are gonna use that philosophy. Like, yo, like, you know, starting next season, like everybody's playing on preseason because your body needs to get hit. You need to know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Because week one, like we're talking about top notch teams, they look rusty as fuck, and that's what happens when you don't play preseason. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's I agree. I totally agree. Well, yo, shout out to Jamison Crowder. It was another penalty. You know what I'm saying? He had one play. It was some good yards, and of course it was holding. That you know, but I was glad to see, you know, former 80/new number 83 on the field. You know what I'm saying? So it was.
I
dope.
think we all like Jamison Crowder when he was his first thing. We like Jamison Crowder, so you know. So how do y'all feel about RG3 back in the fold?
Hey, I mean, I had no problem with that, despite that, you know, it was you could say he was very divisive, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, that all telephone book Surviving Washington. But at the same time, I felt like Washington kind of did him wrong, you know what I'm saying, without saving his career during this, you know, the playoffs, you know, after that 14-zip, they should have just took him out the game. And then we all know that the outcome, he blew his knee out. And ever since then, he hasn't been the same. You know what I'm saying? But to see him, they play the commercial, and then you see him, you know, running with two daughters on the field. The whole crowd was electric. You know what I'm saying? There was, you know, screaming RG3, RG3. Yo, to be honest with you, to see Champ Bailey, to see, bro.
That surprised me.
That is crazy.
To not only see Champ Bailey, but to see him wearing burgundy.
Yeah,
that surprised me.
I mean, you know why? I mean, it shouldn't surprise you. You know why they got rid of, you know, the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't
think everybody views him as the bad guy though.
No,
because some of these guys who got paid because of the bad guy, I don't think they view him like that. They might,
of course, like Jason
they
Taylor,
taking opportunity now.
Sanders, like Deion Sanders, Alvin Hayesworth, Jason Taylor, Deion Sanders, Jeff George. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they're not going to speak bad. They got their money, but like LeVar Arrington, like, yo, like, he hates his guts. You know what I'm saying? Champ Bailey definitely hates Daniel Snyder's guts. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know why
it was a wonderful film.
Because Dan Snyder gave him what he asked for. From what we've talked about this before, but from what I've told, Champ Bailey had personal issues trying to salvage his marriage. Is why he asked for a trade. He needed to get out of Washington to salvage his marriage, so they sent him to Denver.
It was a terrible trade.
They sent him to Denver.
Clinton Portis.
I love Clinton, but that was a terrible trade. Why add the second round?
Clinton, when we say it's a terrible trade, it has nothing to do with you, Clinton. Okay, it has nothing to do with you, Clinton.
Yeah, this is a Clinton Portis fan club over here, but that was a terrible trade, bro. Like, just I don't even want to get it. We're we going way too.
That's how bad of an owner Dan Snyder is.
Yeah, then I mean, shit. We can just talk about the stadium and see how bad of an owner he is. There was no budget for the stadium for 10 years, for 15 years or whatever. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I get. Yeah, Champ Bailey might have had his reasons for leaving, but also the team probably didn't really give him a reason to like stay. Like, you know what I mean?
And
Like
it's sad though because he didn't retire as a Washington. You know what I'm saying? He retired as Denver.
That's
you
because
know
he
what I
won a
mean?
ring with
Usually,
him.
Yeah, I mean, he
no,
spent
not only that. I'm just saying, like in the Hall of Fame, you're supposed to have like multiple teams that you play for. Washington was not on that resume. You know what
But
I'm saying?
he played with Washington. You know.
Most people who have never heard of Champ Bailey won't know.
Then they're irrelevant. Like you're irrelevant. All right, let's change subjects, guys. Let's change subject because I want to take advantage of why I got you guys here tonight. I want to get into USA basketball and the Olympics. About 2 weeks ago, Noah Lyles, who's a track star for the US, made a statement about the NBA and challenged the fact that they call themselves world champions. And then the USA FIBA team went out and lost in the tournament. And early on, people were jumping on Noah Lyles, and people who were defending him or understood what he was saying were silent. But once the USA lost, then all of a sudden everybody's like, it's a referendum on what Noah Lyles said. And I want to say this. I thought that was, number one, when have we really relied on track stars to really have valid opinions outside of being on a podium and putting up your fist with a black glove on it? When have you really like revered the track stars? I mean, a lot of them, hell, they get gold medals and they get them stripped away because they're using PEDs. Clearly, this dude has a traumatic brain injury because the NBA isn't solely USA players. It's if you are a basketball player anywhere in the world and you are good or great at what you do, regardless of where you play, regardless of where you're from, you more than likely play in the NBA or you're just not that good. That's fact. The Denver Nuggets won the NBA championship and are recognized as the world champions. They are led by a guy who's not from the USA. So his statement, just on face value, is based in ignorance. Because
of course,
if you are in the NBA, because guess what? There's a team that's not in the USA. That's number one. The Toronto Raptors are not in the US. They are in
Canada.
So a Canadian team actually won the NBA championship at one point. And they had multiple players that weren't from the USA. It's a dumbass statement. And everybody who, uses it as a pot shot at the players on that USA team are just as dumb as he is. Now, granted, the team that won, I don't think they had a lot of players, if any, that were from the US, right? But those guys are not good enough to make it on the NBA roster and be contributing factors. So I
agree. I agree with you. It was a funny statement. It was just like one of those statements like you might be like, passing the blunt and say or something like that. Oh, they're not world champions because there's no world teams or whatever. I didn't really take it that serious.
I see what he was saying, but it was dumb because at the same time, majority of the roster in the NBA are not only from the United States, but they're all over the world. So, you know what I'm saying? You got people playing like Giannis, even though Giannis is Nigerian, he's from Greece. He's born and raised in Greece. You know what I'm saying? You got Brooks. He's from Canada. Same thing with Dennis Struder. He's from Germany. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of people that are from different parts of the world playing in the NBA. So what are you talking about? I don't understand that. I don't understand the logic right there.
Right.
I don't get it.
I agree. I wasn't really.
But there's one thing I would say is that the world is actually catching up to US when it comes to basketball.
I mean, you could say that.
I mean, look. You can look at Who's the top five right now in the NBA right now that is from United States? Jokic is one. Embiid, that's
He's one.
two.
That's two of them.
Luka, that's three.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Giannis, that's four. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not from the United States. So the world's catching up to US.
No,
But
it
back to that
has.
statement, it was a dumb statement.
You know, it's funny because not only did he make a dumb statement, Steve Kerr made a dumb statement.
What do you
Because
say?
Steve Kerr referenced the Dream Team, and I guess how dominant the Dream Team was over the rest of the world. And I'm like, well, it's not really that simple. Because yeah, you can go to the Dream Team and look at the gap, even though those are some of all-time greats on that roster. They were all old. They were all old guys on that roster for the most part. I mean, outside of like Barkley, like half of the guys on that roster were old. Magic, Bird, so they were beat up. So they were there for the novelty of it for the most part. But there was a team that had Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony. And when they played
Chris
Olympics,
Bosh.
it wasn't close. It wasn't close. Like,
I mean,
like,
it's different eras though. It's different eras.
no.
Man.
It wasn't close. So when people say, "Oh, the rest of the world is catching up," absolutely. The difference is back then you could just pick players and say, "Oh, you're going to be here." Yeah, but you got to remember, it's more to it than just, "Oh, they're better." They're more strategic about how they put their rosters together. So if they know they need 3-and-D guys and they need bigs, they need this, they need that, they actually get those guys and make people who fit that mold try out, and you get the best of those guys. The NBA has those guys all across the board. The USA has those guys all across the board, but they're not on the team. They're not on the team. Yo, if right now, look at that. If you look at the USA roster, there's nobody on there who you would say, "Oh yeah, he's known for being a perimeter defender before anything else." So if you were to name a player, if you were to name a player or two players in the NBA right now that would be considered a perimeter defender, who would it be? Like the first person to come to your name, perimeter defender.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard, okay. He wasn't on that roster.
No, the roster is the C team, maybe the B C team. Like the FIBA roster was not like the guys you're saying. If you want to go check it over,
let me hold your thought for a second. I want to introduce Ron. Ron Brown's in the building. What's up, Ron?
Peace. How's everybody doing?
Big homie.
Wonderful.
What up?
So Ron, I'm gonna clue you in, and then I'm gonna let Brian take the floor. I'm asking him a question about if you were to name the top, name 5 guys from the NBA that you consider great perimeter defenders, and that's in the NBA right now. That are American born. Brian, you said Kawhi Leonard. Who else?
I'm gonna have a tough time naming 5. I'm not really gonna lie to you because I'm not really. Yeah, like from America.
How about Marcus Smart?
Marcus Smart, okay.
How about Patrick Beverly?
Patrick Beverly. I was about to say Patrick Beverly.
Marcus Smart, Patrick Beverly, Kawhi Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
That's small. That's small ball though.
It's the perimeter.
Perimeter.
Who's on the perimeter?
It's just totally the perimeter. Oh, okay.
Yeah, perimeter.
Okay, yeah. Well, then those guys are real small though.
Well, you're on the perimeter. Those are guards. Marcus Smart is really small. Kawhi Leonard is not small.
Yeah, I got.
They're not small.
There.
My whole point is those guys aren't on that roster. You're getting guys who can score the ball, who has the ball predominantly in their hands majority of the time. Right. If they're not suited for the role, you're trying to get them to fit the role. Versus the rest of the world, they're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? If they got a guy who's on their team that plays defense first in his regular role, wherever he's playing in that minor league or whatever it could be, he plays the same role. If you got a big who just bumps and bruises and then gets the occasional set screen pick and roll, that's what he does on a regular basis. Versus the USA team will just invite all these popular names like a Jaren Jackson Jr., who averages 25 points a game. Hey, come here and don't have the ball in your hands. Just set screens, play defense, and then get playoff rebounds. Jaren Jackson does not play off rebounds.
Are we talking? Did this spark the conversation for the no medal team?
Yes.
Team USA?
Yeah,
So here's the thing. You know who I want to see on this team? I want to see them invite JaVale McGee to the tryouts to play the USA. You know why? Because JaVale McGee will play a role. I want to see Draymond Green on the roster.
Yo, do you have the roster? Do you have the FIBA roster?
I think
know
McGee
Anthony-
won a check. I think McGee won a gold medal with USA.
I know Anthony Edwards is on that squad and Austin Reeves, but I don't know the rest of the squad.
I know
honestly.
McGee. I know Anthony Davis. Who else?
FIBA USA.
DeAndre Jordan.
We got what's up, Cal?
All right,
Look
so
good.
here goes the roster for the FIBA team.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you the roster. The FIBA roster. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna pull it up for you.
It's I don't know it. Banchero,
Okay.
Kel Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, good player. Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, another good player. Jaren Jackson, another good player. Cam Johnson, Walter Kessler, never even heard of that man. Bobby Portis.
Kessler's
Austin
from
Reeves.
isn't he from Utah?
Boy, he might have been.
He won a ring with the Bucks.
Or did he?
Bobby Portis is the only person that you named that I think of that is known for playing defense.
Walker Kessler is 22 years old. Yeah, no, I just I look at this squad. I look at this squad and say, yeah. I mean, they're solid. These old guys solid. You can play ball with these guys, but like I mean, I'm
So are you guys saying that was just a bad squad?
I didn't say. I'm not saying bad. I'm not even saying bad. But like as a squad like this, you got to play for years together. To in my opinion, or I didn't know Josh Hart was from Silver Spring.
Really?
Like, yeah. He's from
You didn't
Silver
know that?
Spring. No, I didn't know that. I'm looking at this like, and they're all solid players. They're solid. Jaren Jackson, but where's there's guys that they could have got like, I don't know, man. Not even this is
it bad management? Was it bad like playing management? Like what do you think was the reason why they didn't succeed?
And honestly, I can't tell you because I
You
didn't
get
watch
out-
much of the. I didn't watch.
You
much
get
of it.
outplayed if you play. You get out like for instance, let's say you gotta you want to go play a football tournament, right? And you say, yeah, let me go and just get the best name. We playing flag football, right? Playing football. Let me go and get some guys. Let's go get some guys. And you go and get names. You go and get Josh Allen and Justin Herbert and Pat Mahomes and Justin Jefferson, right? And you get Aaron Donald. You got your 7, right? But then guess what those guys still got to do after they score a touchdown?
Play defense.
They got to play defense. But then you remember your roster guy, Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and Josh Allen.
So you're saying
You see what I'm saying?
the best? They didn't grab necessarily the best two-way players.
They didn't get the guy multiple roles. Exactly. Now, on its own, you got the top 5 players in the NFL just now, right? Because you got Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. So any one of those guys you can put the ball in their hands and they can throw touchdowns. And these guys, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, even Austin Reeves, they'll get you a bucket. But they didn't lose because they weren't getting buckets. They were losing because they too often fell asleep on defense and left guys open on the wing.
Yeah,
I think
it's
yeah.
I watched the games and they would lose to teams and then it's like, okay, you play that 1 or 2 teams and you show I'm gonna play some defense and you get lulled to sleep because like, oh, I don't gotta do this. And watch. And the thing about it is, if it's indicative of the NBA. If you watch
It
the
is.
worst teams,
It totally is.
if you watch the worst teams in the NBA that can score the ball, they're weak on defense because the guys who can score don't lock in on defense. They
Totally.
drift off.
1000%.
I mean, it's
agrees with that.
it's low lights from the USA team where
Guys,
once the ball gets passed twice, somebody's wide open.
These guys do not
Wide open.
The defense,
And I just don't understand it. I can say I've never played basketball in the NBA. I didn't play college basketball. I didn't play high school basketball. I played organized basketball, but not. And I played a lot of pickup games. There's never a time where the person who I'm checking, if the ball gets passed twice, now this guy's open for some reason.
yeah, but you also know 2 + 2 ain't 5.
Just because the ball moves don't mean you don't have these guys. So the guys, like, my thing is it goes into these guys haven't played together a long time versus like guys who have played. So it's like, yo, once the ball gets moved, if somebody moves, you no longer know where you're responsible for being.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coaching. And you can't. I can doze off on this guy. He's not going to make the shot. How do you know? How do you know?
Yeah,
You leaving him open?
I agree with you. That defense is way more important in these group, like in these very much more team oriented other places where team is way more prioritized.
Should be more implemented in the NBA, but that's just not the direction that.
Well, I mean, you got to, like, for that, you got to look at how we develop players from
100%.
youth. This is AAU culture, so it's much different than Lithuania or France or Spain or whatever. So, it just goes into like what you want and like if you're gonna continue to go down the course of what AAU basketball is, which to me is what's happening with these under 18 G Leagues, G League squads. It's just AAU on steroids. So like, you know what I mean? So if you're not going to be like try to reframe as the NBA to put a $500 million in the AAU trainings, coaches, this, that, and the third. If you're not going to do that, then you gotta send your best every time. Like,
here's another thing.
You gotta have KD out there. You gotta have Steph out there. You gotta have even Chris Paul out there. Like, you gotta have.
Let me give you this nugget. There are guys that are playing in foreign countries that once they realize, hey, I'm not gonna make it in the NBA, the biggest stage, they shift their focus and say, well, I'm gonna try my best to represent for my country.
Sure.
That doesn't happen in the US. There aren't guys like there are guys who are dope in college who don't have NBA careers, who, like, you know what, may not have made it in the NBA, but I feel like I have something that I can offer to the USA team.
They got more fight. Yeah, they got more. Yeah.
All right, so now that I have Ron here and Felix is back, I want to talk about something different. Can we talk about something different?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Because you know, I feel like whenever this word GOAT gets brought up,
God, I know you're going with this shit.
It invokes a certain type of energy from people, right? And I love LL and I hate LL at the same time because LL birthed that word. And I'm only reason I'm bringing it up with Felix is because I've been in this conversation over the course of the last week or so, because I saw a post that had two Jay-Z albums, 2 DMX albums, 2 Eminem albums, and 2 Outkast albums, and said which of these 2 were the best. They had Jay-Z's Volume 2 and Volume 3. They had DMX's It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh. They had Outkast's AT Aliens and Aquemini, and they had Eminem's Marshall Mathers and Slim Shady LP. And they said which one you like best. And majority of the people picked non-Eminem albums, just to say the least, right? So it's been on my mind because obviously my two favorites out of those are those collection, and it's close as fuck. I'll say this, it's close as hell, but of course DMX won out for me. But Nas announced that he's dropping his latest album.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
It's up
Felix
tonight, don't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's up tonight.
and Felix put GOAT beside it, right?
Goddamn right.
And I'm not mad when people listen. I'm not mad if people like Nas and think he's this or that. But I want to ask y'all a question: does Nas have any works that are better than Jay-Z's best works?
Yes. Yes. And the reason why I'm saying it yes, because a lot of people are gonna say Jay-Z is better because of his accolades and his accomplishments. Hold on.
Answer the question.
Let me get the floor.
Answer the
A
question,
lot of
please.
people are gonna say Jay-Z is better because his accolades, he's a billionaire and all the success.
Answer the question,
But
Felix.
Can I get the floor, man? Damn. So the
A
reason
judge will
why
give you the floor if you don't answer the question. He's gonna cut you off.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man, Joseph, man. Let me talk, man. Let me talk. So don't get me wrong. I was a Jay-Z fan, when I was younger. When I got older, I appreciate how Nas is. And
Answer the question.
Dad, can I get the floor, man? Damn, look at you, emotional.
Answer the question. Answer the
Look at
question first. Then get the
emotional,
floor.
man. Jesus Christ. So, like I said, we're in year 2023. Nas has been in the studio with Hit Boy.
I didn't ask you.
Come on, can I get the floor? Let me get the floor.
Why. I said
Let me
name
get
an
the
album.
floor. Let me get the floor, dog. Can I elaborate? Can I talk my shit real quick? God damn.
Talk your shit after the fact.
Nah, let me talk my shit. Because that's the reason why you brought this topic up, because you saw my post, you got emotional, and you want to talk about it. So let me get to the floor. Let me get to the floor. Let me talk. Thank you. So like I was saying, Nas had dropped 6 albums in the past 3 years. All original content. Original. He's not talking about the same shit that most rappers talk on every freaking record. It's all original. 3, Magic 1, Magic 2, Magic 3, King's Disciples, King Disease 1, 2, and 3. Bruh, I'm sorry. Jay, when was the last time Jay even dropped an album? Don't worry, I'll wait. Nas had dropped 6 albums in 3 years. Fuck
The
yes,
nigga
he's
didn't
a
talk
GOAT.
for 5 minutes and still didn't answer the question.
Fuck yes, he's a GOAT.
Answer the question.
What's the question?
Exactly. So we're back to square one. One of those works are better than Jay-Z's works.
Huh?
What if those works, which are good, are better than Jay-Z's best works?
Okay, Jay-Z's best work was the Black Album.
In your opinion?
Wow.
What do you mean, my opinion? It's stated, no feature. That's why every rapper is talking about no feature. It was his best work. Then you got the Blueprint.
It's the other way around.
Blueprint
for me,
and
okay.
Black Album. What else? What else is his best work?
What does Nas have better than that?
Then what?
Okay,
Blueprint, Black Album. If you just name those
Illmatic.
two, better than which one?
It's better, definitely better than
I'm
Black
about to
Album.
walk away, dude. I'm about to walk away, dog.
I'm asking the
about to walk.
question.
Illmatic.
You gave me this diatribe on your bullshit.
I'll pick Illmatic over. I'll pick Illmatic over Black Album any day.
I mean, okay, wait. Oh, I'll let y'all go. Go ahead.
I put Illmatic over Black Album any day.
So basically what you're saying is because Nas is still working actively as a rapper, that makes him the GOAT. So that means you got LeBron over Mike.
He's consistent, right? He has a body of work, right? Does he have a body of work?
You got LeBron.
Does he have a body of work?
They both have bodies of work.
No.
Wait. Are we saying
one is retired?
Are we saying that not okay? Are we saying that? Okay, what are we saying that these artists? There only can be one GOAT.
There's plethora of GOATs. There's plenty. GOAT. You know, like
No,
I think
what's
shout
no,
out
what I'm
to
saying?
Singer
Like you
said,
put okay, Felix,
a
you
goat,
put
a goat never stayed by itself. He's
no,
with
that's what I'm saying.
other
You
goats.
put GOAT next to to Magic 3, right? That was the whole post.
Yeah, this way I posted the album.
Because you
He's
said
releasing the album,
Nas was a
and
GOAT.
now I was like, yo, this is.
No,
I was
he
like,
said Nas
oh,
is the
what?
GOAT, not he
That's
said
like this
the.
is why he's the GOAT.
Oh,
That's
you
why
said
he's
Nas
the
was
GOAT.
the GOAT.
I said this is why he's the GOAT.
Is
A
LeBron the
GOAT or
GOAT?
the GOAT?
The GOAT.
Is LeBron the GOAT?
No.
All right, then thank you. End of the conversation. End of the
But
fucking conversation.
but no. But if someone said he's the GOAT, I'm not gonna be mad.
I'm not mad. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
What was the last time that Jay-Z actually?
So your
What was the
question,
last?
your
And I'm talking
counter
about.
question.
And I'm
Hold
talking
on.
about.
So
And I'm
your
talking
counter
about
question
original.
was,
I'm judging an MC based on original content. I'm not talking about. We already know your success. We already know. But what have you done for me lately, Jay-Z? What have you done?
Oh
What
my
have you
God.
done?
That's a female trait.
Man, get
Oh
out
my
of here,
God.
dog. What have
That's a
you
female
done?
trait.
Get out of
7
here, dog.
straight summers. Critics might not admit it, but nobody can rap it quite like I did it.
Back
If you
in the
did,
days, I was a kid and not a kid anymore. That's
If
all.
you
That's all
did
I'm
it-
hearing. That's all I'm hearing.
if you did, no, he was speaking facts. If you did it, I did it before. You get it? I had to get it.
so
No more.
Felix, where do you
And
put?
it goes from
You
everything.
fading out again. You fading out again. You get
Because he's talking that
Your-
bullshit. That's why he's
your-
going out again.
The
He's
mic
talking
is
that
shit.
bullshit.
Your thing is Nas is the GOAT to you. I mean,
Nas is the
that's-
GOAT because he keeps
you're
making
not
music.
wrong. Huh?
Nas is the GOAT because he keeps making music.
So this is
Basically what you're saying.
This is my top 5. This is my top 5. I have Pac number 1. I got Nas number 2. I got Jay number 3. I got Kendrick 4, and then the 5th one I have M.
Wow.
Hey, is my mic breaking out when I laugh?
Yikes. Okay, listen, but listen, that's his opinion.
Like I said, I'm not. It's more about you know who. To me, it's like I don't give a fuck about accolades. I don't care about how many records you sold. I don't care about how many albums. I don't care all that. I don't care about. It's all about. It's all about original. It's all about
So if
original
that's the
content.
case, if that's the case, then why is Eminem in your top 5?
Lyrics. He's not a master of lyricism.
It's a bunch of guys top up there with lyrics. So what separates him from everybody else then?
I don't think we ever talked about this. Who was your top 5
commercial rappers? That's why he's laughing.
Nigga, you named all commercial rappers.
What's that?
The fuck is we talking about?
Who?
You named all commercial rappers.
Who's a commercial rapper?
Give them.
Jay's a commercial rapper.
All
Okay.
of them.
Eminem is definitely a commercial rapper.
Okay, that's two.
Commercial rapper. That nigga lives on MTV. Whatever rapper lives on MTV.
Honestly, Nas is too. Like, I mean, I can't.
I mean, they're all commercial rappers. That's
Yeah, I mean, they're all mainstream commercial rappers.
You didn't name Big L or Cool G Rap or somebody like you named all
Who's your
commercial
top-
rappers.
Who's your
I
top
didn't grow up
5?
with Cool G Rap.
I'm not saying you were supposed to. I'm just saying when you say commercial rap like it's gonna be an indictment on my list, that's crazy. Because I respect everybody on your list, but I don't agree with the pecking order. But that's your favorites though.
Who's your
My
top
favorites?
5?
We talking about my favorite, my top 5, my favorite?
Yeah, your top.
DMX is number 1.
Who?
DMX is number 1.
X is 1. Okay.
All right, yo, I'm out.
DMX is number 1.
I'm out. Yo, I'm out.
If you ask me between
I said
DMX
top 5,
Whoa,
not
whoa,
your
whoa,
favorite,
whoa.
not your favorite. Put your
that's-
bias aside.
All right, so
Put
if I
your
take my bias aside,
and who's the
bias
Hey,
aside,
wait, time out. Felix,
he
that
right there.
top 5, was that your personal top 5, or was that your your political top 5?
political?
That was your political. So
Okay,
how?
my political.
Who's your
Here go my
political?
political. Here go my
Huh?
political. You want
Okay.
we going political? We doing
That's
top 5
political.
politicals?
Yeah.
Based on
I'm not doing no top 5 political. I'm good.
oh, you're not gonna do it. Okay, but I'm gonna do a political.
Okay.
If Jay-Z's number 1, political, period, political. Jay is number 1 politically.
Okay.
Number 1. Political.
Okay.
Number 2,
Oh,
the
blasphemy.
Notorious B.I.G. Number 3,
Blasphemy.
Tupac.
Biggest number 2.
Number 4, yeah, that's right. Biggie.
Okay.
Hov, Biggie, Pop.
Okay.
Number 4,
Oh, my
political
God.
is Drake.
Okay. Political.
Okay.
Political. We're doing political. Okay.
Political. We talking
Okay.
political.
All
Alright,
right.
Oh my God! And this dude got the
Number 5
nerve
is
to
Nas.
laugh. This
Who's
dude got
five?
this
Nas.
dude got the
How's
nerve
his
to
five?
laugh.
B.
It's
This dude
political.
got the nerve
B.
to laugh
I'm
when
not
I
doing
said
it.
Oh, oh,
No,
five.
I'm
no,
doing a
no.
political.
I
I'm not
gave you the
doing a
floor.
political top 5.
I gave you the floor. That's political, right? We talking political.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay,
doing.
B.
I'm not doing a
Oh
political
my
top 5.
You're
God!
not B. Can I ask B a
Yeah.
question real quick? B.
I
not-
You're
hate
not doing-
Jay-Z fans are like Beyonce Beehive fans. Like they never see anything wrong. And like I said, the reason why I feel like Nas is better than Jay-Z lyrically as an MC, you never seen Jay-Z is known for stealing people's flows.
Oh,
Like you
my
can roll your
gosh.
eyes all you want to, like you're the Undertaker, but it's actual fact.
Okay. All
What,
right.
what was your
God.
question? What's your question, Ron? What's your question? Because
So B, you're
I
not
get
gonna
tired.
go. You don't do.
20 years
You're
of
not gonna do the
Jay-Z
political
versus
versus personal. You're not
No,
gonna do
I'm
that.
just gonna do my favorite 5.
You're just gonna do your favorite 5. Okay. So
Yeah.
who's your favorite 5?
You got Common, you got Scarface, Big, Jay and Nas.
You got. I'm sorry. You got Common, Face,
Common, Face, Big, Jay,
Big,
Nas.
Jay, and Nas. We're
Listen,
all
it's
not.
not in the
You know the
order.
funny
It's
thing
not-
about this is we're all not off. All of us are not off. My personal and political are two different, but
Mine
we're
too.
not off from
Mine too.
our list. Our lists. We're not. We're really not.
Now, my
So I don't-
favorite,
Huh?
DMX is my favorite rapper of all time. Like, there's no debating about that. DMX is my favorite rapper of all time. From his
My-
first 3 albums, like, bro, there's nothing you can get. There's nothing you can give me that's going to penetrate the emotion I have with those 3 albums, right? But I'm not delusional enough to say just because I have an emotional connection with those albums that makes him the greatest rapper of all time, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Hov is number 2 because, I'm gonna explain why Hov number 2. Big number 3. You can talk about he only had 2 albums. Like the fact that he only got 2 albums and yet he's still big.
You
Says
talking too
everything.
fast. The mic not picking you up.
Why does
My
everybody
bad.
say? I mean, he technically made 3 albums.
Man,
All right, but
the
look,
disrespect,
listen,
the disrespect for
listen.
Pac
Hold up.
body of
Whoa,
work.
whoa, that's no disrespect to Pop.
The
There's no
most body
disrespect
of
to Pac.
work than Big's 2 albums. Like that's crazy. That's crazy to
Just
me.
think
So
about
when
that,
people
though.
laugh,
Just-
when I say Pac number 1, I'm like, have you not seen
I have
his
Pac.
category?
I have my political.
Come on,
list.
dog.
I got Pac.
Not only in music, but in films as well.
Well, we're talking about
Like,
music.
come on,
We're
bro.
talking about
Like,
music.
people are
We're
smoking
talking
that
about
K2.
music.
We're smoking that
If that-
K2 right now,
Oh,
bro.
we talking about other stuff? Okay, then Will Smith is on my list then. If we're talking other stuff, what the fuck are you talking
See, you
about?
be saying anything, dog. You
MC
be saying
Hammer.
anything,
MC
man.
Hammer top 5.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
we
see-
talking about
You saying
MC
anything
Hammer
right
top
now.
5. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking
You
right
saying
now.
anything, dog.
MC
You
Hammer
don't-
whooped
wait.
my ass. I'm not joking.
Don't bring up shit outside of the music then, Felix.
You be
Look,
saying
Pac.
anything, dog. You have
Look,
not
Pac.
proven the point. You have not proven the point why Nas is not the greatest. Is not a better MC than Jay.
No, I just prove a point. Your goofy
No, you
ass
have not.
reason.
You
Your
just
goofy
talking
ass
English.
reason
I can
was
only speak for
You just
what.
spoken broken
I mean, on
English.
that-
I
on
don't
that
even hear
level-
what you're saying. You're not giving me
then
facts.
shut the fuck up and listen. Your goofy
You need
ass
to
reason
speak
was
clearly. You need to speak clearly because you're not talking. You're not making any sense right now.
then shut the fuck up and listen.
How is Jay better than Nas?
Your goofy ass reason was, he got Magic 3 and King Disease 3 and all. Those are good albums.
Answer the
Just
fucking question. How is Jay better than Nas?
question. Because none of the problems are better than the blueprint.
You
So
said
they're
none of
irrelevant.
Nas's. You said none of Nas's albums is better than any of Jay's
No.
albums. Is that
Have
what
you
you
No.
even listened to any?
That's not
Have you
what I
listened
said.
to any Nas albums?
That's not what I said. What I
said?
said
I'm
was,
asking for clarity.
he said part of his reason why Nas is a GOAT because he got King Disease volumes and he got the Magic volumes. I said, yeah, that's his. If you're talking about the GOAT, That's just irrelevant when you talk about what puts you over the top. So longevity basically is putting them over the top. But yet, in comparison, it don't work that way with LeBron for you.
Has Nas has in your eyes, Felix, has Nas ever dropped the dud?
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking lie.
I'm talking about right
Fucking
now,
lie.
bro.
No. I get
Dude, he's not.
Bro,
Is your name
we're having a
Felix?
conversation. We're having a conversation.
Is your name Felix?
Nas never
Answer the
dropped-
question.
Hold up. Is your name Felix? Like every time I'm talking, he's always interrupting and shit.
Answer the question.
Always emotional.
Just answer
Emotional.
the question. Don't worry about me. Answer the question.
Oh, God.
What did Jay done in the last 6 years?
You can't answer the question.
Right now, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about
I
right
can answer
now.
that, but I mean, huh?
I just answered your
Ron,
question.
Ron,
Nas.
Ron,
I just
Ron,
answered your question.
Hey, Ron,
Nas
answer
has
the
dropped.
question again.
Yo, shut up.
Yeah.
Nas has
Ron,
dropped
ask the question
6
again, Ron.
albums. Nas had dropped 6 albums in 3 years, bro.
Ask the question again,
Listen,
Ron.
that Hit Boy run with Nas,
Ask the question again, Ron.
unbelievable, unfucking believable. It was unbelievable. I'm not gonna.
Jay can't do that. Jay
But what I'm
can't do
saying
that.
is- Huh?
Ask the question again, Ron.
What did you say, Felix?
He said Jay can't
Jay
do that.
can't do that.
Jay can't do what?
Dropped 6 albums in 3 years.
That's
Ask the question again, Ron.
But
Jay has been dropping an album every year until the Black Album, and then he stopped.
Ask the question again, Ron.
Until he stopped.
Not okay, but has
3 years
I-
after
I-
that,
switch it up.
3
Hey,
years
Brian.
after that,
Hey,
3 years
Brian.
after that,
You
he
ask
dropped Kingdom
Ron's question
Come.
for
He
him.
dropped
Then.
Kingdom
Maybe
Come,
he'll answer
which
your
was a
question.
dud.
I don't
He
even
dropped
remember the
Kingdom
question.
Come, which was a dud, and then American Gangster, which was his best work. And then 2 years after that, he dropped the Blueprint
The
3.
nigga still ain't answer the question.
And then
The
4
second,
years
the
after
nigga still
he
ain't answer the
dropped.
question.
Come on, bro. Like, come
You
on.
still
like,
ain't answer the question, my nigga. You
Oh.
answer his question.
So Watch the Throne was a dud?
That's a collaboration, bro.
No. Ron, what was your question?
Okay, has Nas ever dropped the dud in your opinion?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he has.
What how and okay, can I extend the question? How many?
Has Jay dropped the dud?
I would say compared to in his discography, yeah, I would say duds.
Of course.
I would say one or two.
What happens now?
Who's dropped more?
Nas has. Nas.
Nas has dropped more.
Nas
No,
got more
Nas has
duds.
dropped more. Nas has
2020.
dropped more duds than Jay. Is that fair to say?
From 2020 to 2023, 3 years, he's dropped 6 albums.
You know what Jay-Z dropped in the last 3 years?
Shit.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Bro, what the fuck happened? Bro, this dude, yo, I'm out. Yo, I swear to God, this fanboy, and you talking about FIFA? Oh my God, what the fuck they got have to do? I'm out.
It got a lot to do with it. The nigga couldn't
I'm
answer
out.
the
I'm
question
out.
2 times straight.
I'm out because right now, like, you're not making any fucking
Wait,
sense.
wait.
What the fuck does that have to do with him dropping any music?
Bro, he
That's
needs
just
to drop these
him.
albums. Nas needs to drop these albums for his legacy. Holy don't. That's what he has to do with it. Nas needs these albums.
That's a crazy. I mean,
Yo, I
Alright,
swear
bro.
to God, T just talking shit out of his ass. I'm pretty sure he hasn't heard any. I'm pretty sure he hasn't listened to King Disease, King Disease 2, King Disease 3,
What
Magic
you
1,
talking
Magic
about?
2, and Magic 3. I don't think he heard any of them albums.
Brian,
He's just talking shit right now.
Brian, how do you feel about Nas, Brian?
Was that?
He's talking shit right now.
How do you feel about Nas?
How I feel about my Nas?
Me.
I think he. I think you think he's a runner up to Jay-Z in every possible facet of it.
So how would that connect to what Brian what Felix is saying? I'm giving him props every step along the way when it comes to the King Disease.
Oh, you have,
She
yeah.
nominated
I mean,
him.
at least in the group chat.
She
I
nominated
can
him
say
at
that.
least twice for album of the year.
Yeah, you have.
Twice
No,
for
you
album
have.
of the year. So
Yeah.
this notion that I'm like Nas hate is crazy. What I'm saying to you is Nas
No, you've built that
needs
narrative.
this.
No, you've built enough. You've said enough to build that narrative. I'm not saying that you're a hater, but and because you have given him props, but
I feel like Nas needed this. Hoes
Yeah.
don't need it.
Yeah, and that's true too. But to a certain extent, they both probably don't need it
This Nas Hit Boy run, because the stigma that was always with Nas was that he's always had horrible beat selections
It's a
throughout his
fact.
career.
It's a
Okay,
fact.
okay, all right. T.
Questionable
But-
beat selection and
What
questionable hooks.
and what resurrected that whole conversation about Nas being back in the conversation again was this run with Hit Boy, as Felix has said, the 6
Facts.
albums in 3 years.
Facts.
The 6 albums in 3 years. Hit Boy and Nas was just it was peanut butter and jelly, and there's no question about it.
A hell of a
But-
sandwich.
Right. But I mean, and Felix has all the right to feel that Nas is better than Jay. I don't agree with it personally. I don't agree with it, but he's got the right to feel how he feels about that, man.
I'm probably not as big a Nas fan as Felix is, but I'm a pretty big Nas fan, and I could say that I just don't objectively see, like, you can't go. I don't know.
Because you got people that feel that Illmatic. I'm sorry, Jay still hasn't had his Illmatic.
I can't agree with that because Blueprint.
No, I don't agree with that. But I mean, no, I'm saying there's people out there that do
I'm
believe.
sure,
that.
Hey
of
yo,
course.
what sample did Jay use on Illmatic on his record? Was it called Dead Presidents?
Yeah,
Talking about
definitely.
the nonsense.
Okay.
Was that like to be a point?
Well, it was a-
Because
You get it
Jay made
later.
a point.
If you use your head.
Because Jay made a point.
You get it.
But Jay made a point. He said, "What? You made it a hot line. You made it a hot song."
First, Biggie was your man. Then you got the nerve to say that you're better than Big. Dick sucking lips. Let the veteran live.
That shit was gay. That wasn't a good
Yeah.
line. That was a
wasn't
gay
great
ass line.
I get it.
Like-
You are a Jay
No, that was a gay
fan.
ass line.
You're a closed-minded Jay fan, and I get it. I
How?
get it. Because there's actual facts, bro.
Jay-Z's not my favorite
Biggie
rapper of all
lines,
time.
how many
How?
how many Biggie lines are gonna come at your fat lips? Isn't that
That's
true?
gay too. That was, bro. That's gay.
Dog, I swear to God, you are
Like-
worse
like-
than Beyonce fans. So I
That's
swear
gay.
to God, I
Bro,
swear
like-
to God,
like-
you are worse than Beyonce
Bro.
fans.
I think he is overrated because the nigga was cracking jokes that was corny as fuck. If y'all was on the block cracking those jokes, niggas would look at you sideways.
All right, yo.
Big sucking lips,
All right,
fat lips.
yo.
Like, how many references did
Alright,
this nigga
yo.
lips did he make?
Yo, man, I'm out, dog. Like,
Out.
if we're gonna talk
Felix is
about
in the building.
like,
Let's
if
talk
we're not
about
gonna
hip hop
if we're not
50,
gonna talk
man.
about
Happy
facts,
birthday to Nas,
We're not gonna talk about facts.
shout
Happy
out to
40th
Magic
birthday,
3.
dog.
Hey,
But
hey,
yo,
hey,
T, you
Felix.
on some bullshit,
Felix.
yo. I'm
Happy
out.
50.
Your
Y'all
dick
be easy,
sucking
dog.
lips, fat lips, dick sucking lips.
He really laughed.
That's Phoenix for you though. Dick sucking lips, fat lips. That shit was gay to me. I'm like, nigga, you talking about another nigga lips?
I'm not even talking about that. Like, oh, that
It's
Biggie
weird.
was your man, but now you're better than Big. That's a great fucking, like, that bar that Jay-Z said is it hits so hard because he was Jay's man. Or the Big's man. Like, that's why that that is one of the hardest lines.
But he also acknowledged
On
Big
that
brother by
album.
saying, if I ain't big better than Big,
Yeah, I'm the
closest
closest one. That was, yeah, he
Well, he
prefaced
also
it.
said,
It wasn't like
but he also said, you know, I'm not a body, I'm a writer for myself, for others. I say a big verse, I'm only bigging up my brother. Bigging up my burrow, I'm big enough to do it. I'm not thorough, plus my own flow is foolish. He also said that.
there's a
So-
bar for everything. So I'm like I said, man, I'm like y'all both know as what, you know, what I listen to as far as, you know, I'm still that guy, same guy. I'm a big Nas fan, man. I'm a huge Nas fan.
I think in hip hop, I think you almost gotta be.
Yeah, you got.
Like,
I
my
mean,
top
I would
five-
think
my
so.
top
No,
five
I don't
would
know.
never
I don't. I've heard people. There's people that maybe are from further south or further
Coast,
west
yeah, okay, okay, all right.
that
Coast
wouldn't have him in that top 5. Like,
the fact
like-
that we only have one West Coast person on the list compared
yeah,
to
we're super biased.
Basketball.
We're super biased. Like I am.
We can, I mean, I don't even think it's biased.
Because and we can talk about that. Like West Coast, what West Coast rapper would I have in my top 5? I mean, Kendrick might be the closest guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I can't put Snoop there because he, like, Snoop is a
My
great entertainer, and
my political five will never change. It's Pac, Jay, Big, Nas, and Rakim.
yeah, you gotta put
Those
Pac.
five,
If I was gonna make a political five,
yeah.
Pac has to be in it. I don't personally listen to enough pop music to even like feel that. Like I
My
can't even
personal,
like
but
put that
my
together.
personal would, yeah, I'm replacing Pac and adding and with goodness gracious, no, not Snoop.
Yeah. See,
Snoop,
and you can
Snoop
put
and
you can make
Buster,
that
Snoop
a
and Buster, and I'm only going off of just my collection. Period. Jay, Buster, Snoop. I would probably throw in Ti.
T.I. might be in my top. He in my top 10. I got T.I.
Ti, and I would probably. I mean, I'm going off of the records that I bought just consistently, and I would probably say Pac is there somewhere.
I
So
honestly, man, I have to go back.
So I feel like with Pac, even if you just go off the commercial records, Pac garners mention, and I think people who were torn between the East Coast, West Coast still have lingering
Oh, that's never going to go away.
feelings.
Yeah, that's
They
never
have
going
lingering feelings as far as how they view Pac.
Sure.
But if you put that aside, like I don't give a fuck how much beef was when California Love came out. That shit was crazy. When Hail Mary came out, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And that was at the height of East Coast versus West Coast. I didn't get a chance to put my personal, because I know my personal list doesn't really it doesn't match up because it's preference, right?
It's a preference.
Like it's because my personal list is X, Hove, Big, Ja Rule, and the toss up is for the number 5 because
yeah,
M is in like my top 7 when Marshall Mathers.
It's top 10.
Yeah, but listen,
there
was a time where M was in my top 7 because of Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem show. But if we're talking about your favorite artist, like I'm sorry,
the Marshall Mathers LP.
We didn't mention his name, but the nigga Kanye West is there for me because I've been rocking with there wasn't a Kanye West, like even when it's a heartbreak. If you at the moment you were hating on it, it was different, but he has songs in there that I will play right now. You go from College Dropout to late registration, graduation.
That three album
run.
That 3 album run, I don't think will ever be. Me personally, I don't think it'll ever be matched again.
My young boy posted the graduation and said no skips, and that ain't a lie. There's no song you skip on graduation.
I like graduation. Personally I like graduation better than the first 2 because I didn't think he could have a 3P.
Bro,
the pressure on that 3rd album, and I like graduation better than.
Quick story. I remember when Kanye West was before they announced that he was coming out with the 3rd album, right? But then he dropped a single. He dropped 2 singles at the same time. He dropped Stronger, and he dropped the joint with Jeezy on the hook. Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Can't Tell Me Nothing. Yeah.
And those 2 came out, and Can't Tell Me Nothing was the bigger single because Stronger was like the futuristic video, and so you knew
and that's not even my favorite song on the album.
So you knew off rip he had 2 joints that was going to be good records on the album. And I remember the time Entourage was one of my favorite shows at the time. And I'm watching it, and at the end of an episode, because Entourage was famous for putting people's music in the end of the shows. And at the end of the show, this episode, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying, you heard Welcome to the Good Life, and you heard it. So I'm like, wait, is that a Kanye record?
Yeah.
Like Kanye and T-Pain?
Yeah.
And I remember how like, yo, that shit was like, yo, that's three records. All this, I see this album about to be crazy.
My
There's a
favorite,
guy.
my favorite track off of that album was Home Again.
And
Crazy.
y'all, yeah,
The Chris Martin feature. That to me, that was bananas, man.
there's an artist that we're not talking about that I'm sure all of us listen to a lot, and that's Rick Ross. And I don't know.
I consider him. That's why I said that's why it's hard for me to pick my five. That was
Hands
hard for me to
down.
pick my five.
If I'm gonna make a 10, he's in my 10. Like
Of your
I mean,
personals?
yeah, in my personal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Buster's in my
Yeah.
10 maybe.
Buster's dead, man. Oh,
Yeah.
Buster's in my yo. The era of flip mode, bro. It's nothing you can talk about Buster.
nah.
Flip mode era.
Yo. Oh my
Everybody
God.
on the line outside,
Nah.
make you feel good, make you comfortable. Yeah. But Buster's definitely up there for me.
Yeah, most def might be.
There's a lot of guys, man. There's just a lot of guys.
And I don't like saying Andre 3000. So you won't hear me mention Andre 3000's name as far as like my favorite rappers because I don't accept Andre 3000 as an individual rapper like a lot of people ever do. It's Outkast for me because their music is Outkast. When I think about my favorite Outkast records, it's not just Andre 3000 rapping by himself.
I would say Big Boy is more of a solo. I mean, a Big Boy is more of a solo artist than Dre is.
Most definitely. He's
because I mean he's literally put out more product. I mean more product obviously. But I don't. Andre is one of the great lyricists, but as a solo artist, you can't really go off of just technically The Love Below. I mean, that's it. But that was still an Outkast project. So I can't say that.
When I think about when you ask me what they favorite,
my favorite group all time.
When you think about if you ask people to list their 5 or 10 favorite Outkast records, none of them are just Andre 3000.
No.
They're going to be both of them. So therefore, it's a group effort. You know what I'm saying? It's a group effort. When I think about my favorite Outkast records, I think about like Elevators or AT-Aliens. And Big Boy's presence on those records are just as important as Andre's.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? Like you think about Elevators, Andre had my favorite part of the song, whereas like he's telling the story at the end of the record, but Big Boy set the tone for that record.
Yeah.
Greatest rap duo of all time, man.
In my opinion.
Yeah, they're number one.
I won't say rap duo. I say I get it. Wu-Tang had 20 members, so it's sort of like skewed. It's skewed a bit. However, I don't think there's no two artists in Wu-Tang that put work together that I would take over Outkast.
Wow. I'm sure there's some Raekwon and Ghostface fans that would say otherwise.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm just talking about for me, my preference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ray and Ghost is like, Ray and Ghost is like, yeah. I mean, shit. Hey, what can you say, man?
No, I agree. Like if you're talking about just duos or groups or whatever you want to call it, Outkast is number 1 or 2. If in my opinion, number 1, but and that's political and just my favorite.
Sure.
And then you could say EPMD, you could say Mobb Deep, and not Mobb Deep, like that's not even like that'd be more political because I listen to Mobb Deep. They got songs that I listen to, but they've never been one of my favorite.
Mobb Deep has never been one of my favorites, but I want to give them. I've noticed this lately, and I think some of it is because people start to realize how much somebody means to them when you lose them. And I think Prodigy passing away sort of made people start to recognize how much they meant to them. But I hear a lot of people talk about Murder Music as like their favorite rap duo album.
I get executed every time because you know, being from the Northeast or wherever you want to call it, I get crucified because I say Outkast is better than Mobb Deep. So,
Yeah,
but they are though.
but I mean,
yeah,
I do love Mobb Deep's discography as well, man. But it's just it's my opinion. You know what I mean? It's how I fucking it's all like how these groups affected you in your life, and that's it.
Yep.
That's
I
it.
agree. And Felix Bama ass got off the jump without talking about battle rap, and like the biggest month of battle rap just happened, and we're not gonna we're not gonna have all first verse songs to talk about it. We probably should have talked about it for you.
Yeah, because you guys know more about that than.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the like I'm not even gonna consider myself as at this point I'm casual. I don't listen to it as much. I don't watch it as much.
I'm more of a if I were to get because I just love the battles. I love the battles. So I mean I would get into it more if I knew like where the hell to to tune in to that shit, because I mean it's everywhere, like on the internet, right? Like it's not like one specific platform, like it's everywhere. Right?
YouTube is where it lives.
YouTube's the main,
honestly.
yeah.
Like like YouTube, like URL, like if you deep dive into it, URL is the biggest platform, right? And they moved there was a demonetization wave about like now like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
And they moved, they developed an app which a lot of their battles are exclusive to, and then they moved to this other platform called Caffeine, where they do live, especially during the pandemic. They did live. They did a lot of their events live,
right?
And because Caffeine is more of a live TV, like live, you know what I mean, like live. And they do some streaming. It's not technically a digital streamer. It's more of a live event thing. But anyway, so that's where URL is now. RBE, who is kind of like come up to be the second great, place and charging to try to be first. I don't think you ever get to URL status, but it is what it is. It's not my place. They're still on YouTube, and then there's a bunch of different little battle leagues everywhere that's still on YouTube.
Yeah, I would definitely tune in more to it, because I mean that's just one of the pure, like,
it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
And once you get into it, it's more like a lot of the bars end up like it's like how podcasts sometimes turn into like,
sure,
you just podcast about podcasts. You know what I mean? Sure. Like you turn in like so they're rapping about their environment, their like little world. They're in a little world, and the crowd knows what's happening. Oh, and this bar is really personal to this, not maybe personal, but like very insider. You know what I mean? It gets really insider. Yeah. So it's like a comic book fan. Like people get scared of comics because Superman's on comic issue number 500. But in my opinion, you just jump into it, because the bars, like at the most part, the bars are gonna be good. A good rapper is a good rapper, even if you don't understand every, line or whatever that might be an inside line that gets a reaction. But this has been the best 3 or 4 weeks of battle rap, period. And where did T go? T just dipped off too.
I'm here.
Oh, you were there? He talked about battle, it just disappeared. Yeah, nah, I didn't even want to talk about it for real. I was gonna bring it up. And
why you bring it up?
Because it's important. This September, and it's like all these battles happen, and it's like we didn't talk about it. We haven't talked about it. We haven't been on to talk about it. And we had Felix on that, and we didn't talk about it.
Felix is done, bro.
Like, come on, brother. Like, at least talk some battle before you X yourself off. You know what I mean? But whatever. Like, honestly,
what's his favorite battle line to use? Emotional. No, motherfucker, you're emotional. That's why you left. That's why you left. You know what I'm saying? That's why you left.
I don't really get. I don't get all that much wrapped into it. Like Jay-Z versus Nas. Okay, we've done that. For
That's
20
always gonna be.
years.
That's always gonna be a topic, man. It's always gonna be a topic. It's it's fun to have that conversation. Me personally, I'm done with that conversation.
Yeah,
I'm done with the.
appreciate.
I'm done with the whole.
Jay. I mean, not Jay.
I'm done with the whole Jay, Nas, Kobe, LeBron, Michael. I'm done with those conversations. I listen. I got hypertension. I got high blood pressure. I'm not. I ain't got time for those. I got time for them conversations.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so let's change it up then, because I told you I wanted to talk about a little this or that. What's your favorite football movie since we in the NFL season?
I was just talking about this.
Every given Sunday.
Can I give you three?
You can give me 5,
Okay.
but you gotta rank them.
Remember, I got to rank them.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my. That'd be.
Remember the Titans. Shit. The program.
Okay.
Any given Sunday.
Okay. Let's say there's no wrong answers.
5.
So as you struggle to get your 5, I want to bring up one that
Okay.
it's taken me by surprise to hear people name as their favorite one.
Okay. The Blind Side.
The longest yard.
No. Friday Night Lights.
I'm sure that's a lot of people's favorite.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
that's been listed as a lot of more people's favorite
I can.
than I've expected.
A lot of people say
And
that. Hell, I like Rudy.
Wow.
I know. I like
nothing wrong
Rudy.
with that. Nothing wrong with that. I just when I'm watching Friday Night Lights, I feel like there's like underlying reasons why it can be somebody's favorite movie when it comes to football. And it's just like on multiple levels, it doesn't beat out other movies for me. Like my favorite football movie, I don't expect to be everybody's favorite movie because I love comedies. So my favorite football movie is Necessary Roughness. Right?
Yeah.
That's my favorite football movie. From a nostalgic, love it, you know what I'm saying? When it came out, Program, I love the Program.
Program was so vicious, man.
Obviously I love Waterboy and I love Longest Yard.
Oh, Jesus.
I love those movies.
Waterboy.
Any Given Sunday, I love Any Given Sunday because it was gritty and it was like about pro ball, whereas the other movies really weren't like gritty as that movie and showing like the ugliness of like pro football or sports in general.
Right.
And I think Friday Night Lights like sort of like played off of that big program, high school football. But be honest with you, I like Varsity Blues more than I like Friday Night Lights. I feel like I'm not mad at somebody for liking Friday Night Lights more because especially depending on the demographic, it appeals to you more.
Yeah, right.
Like
once again, it's what appeals to you, right?
It's you got a movie that's predominantly black about black football versus a white football team and a white football town. I think both of them are realistic and both of them show the ugliness of what high school football can be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know, Varsity Blues just did more for me than Friday. Like, I like the line, you want to win, put Booby in and all that other stuff and all that stuff. That's cool lines, but I mean I can post stuff from Varsity Blues that people like, I love that line. What movie is this? Like you can easily do that. Post something from a movie, their best parts, and like, oh, what movie is this? But I felt like from an acting standpoint, I thought that Friday Night Lights was weak. I
Yeah.
didn't like their David versus Goliath moment where you got this one team that you follow this whole movie, and then they play against this red team. It looks like a bunch of pro players,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
goddamn, of course y'all got your ass. Look at the size of this team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's as realistic as they want to portray it. But I mean, I'm not knocking anybody for saying that's their favorite movie. I feel like because it's a kid movie, it doesn't get the respect that it should as far as when you talk about your favorites. But Little Giants deserves respect
Respect.
Mm,
Respect.
yeah.
because the annexation of Puerto Rico, when my man's like, look, come on, guys.
Yeah,
He's looking at his
yeah,
ass. Come on, guys.
yeah. Little Giants. I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, gotta watch that again. Yeah, yeah. Like that. I completely overlooked that.
Yeah.
There's a couple. The one thing I say about it, you can definitely say that football has had a better showing in cinema than any other sport. I think baseball has done fairly well.
Hardball.
Hardball. That's the first
Yeah.
baseball movie that comes to mind.
Yeah, honestly, it does. Charlie
Really?
Sheen, Hardball. Yeah.
I mean, I think. All right, so let's switch gears. Since we talk, let's talk baseball. What's your favorite baseball movies?
Shit. Baseball movies. Oh, Angels in the Outfit is one.
It's up there for me.
Um,
What about Field of Dreams?
This is a little sappy for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of the
I
baseball
don't know.
movies are more sappy than anything else.
Yeah, it's cool. Like A League of Their Own. It's pretty
There
cool.
we go. I was wondering to see if one of y'all was gonna say that.
That's, yeah, I was about to say
That's yeah.
Uh,
You got like Mr. 3000
yeah, Mr. 3000. I actually like Mr. 3000.
with
Yeah.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
Bernie
Bernie
Mac. Yeah, Bernie. Yeah.
You have Major League.
Major League. Yeah, Major
Yeah.
League 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
So the dial back, one of the other dark horse favorite football movies was Wildcats, by the way.
I never heard. I don't even know how.
Yeah, I'm not.
With Goldie Hawn.
Oh, okay, but I don't think I watched it. I know what you're talking about.
But baseball movies, you got Angel in the Outfield, Mr. 3000, A League of Their Own. The name of the movie is slipping my mind right now, and I'm upset about that. But the one where it's about the Negro League Baseball getting integrated, was following Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I want to watch that because
You had to have seen that movie before.
No,
You know where you haven't seen that movie before.
I might have. But not
Damn it! What's the name of the movie? Hold on one second. I'm gonna get the name. It's about Satchel Paige and all those guys, and they're basically getting a call up about joining the MLB. What's the fucking name of the movie?
I've never seen that movie.
It's the Soul of the Game.
Okay.
Soul of the
Game, and it was basically about the guys basically coming up about to go pro. It was about Jackie Robinson, Josh Gibson, and Satchel Paige, and how a lot of those guys were like Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson were arguably the best black ball players, better than Jackie Robinson.
When did that come? Was that recent? When did that come out?
No, it came out.
It came out in the 90s.
Oh, come on.
And
damn.
And
I've not seen
Satchel Paige was a pitcher.
Yeah.
Josh Gibson was pretty much the black equivalent of Babe Ruth.
I know who the players are. I've never seen this.
He was a pitcher for the Pirates, right?
I believe Satchel ended up getting the MLB now, but it was the fact that
like at the end of
they were the legends and the veterans of baseball from Negro Leagues. But Jackie was the one who ended up getting the nod. And it's because of, Jackie was able to be somebody who could withstand the hatred. And, he was young enough to where he would have a lasting career. And he was good enough to actually be on the field with these. He was actually good enough to make an impact.
Where do you put 42 at?
I
like 42. I like 42. And I'm not going to just say this because of
rest in peace, Chad.
Because of Chad. I thought Chad did a really good job playing the movie. He did a really good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, Soul of the Game is probably my
That sounds
my
like a
favorite
dope
one.
movie. Yeah, that sounds like
It was
Yeah,
really no. Soul of the Game is really good. I think
Yeah.
Soul of the Game is, if you like League of Their Own, where it was really based on true life. Whereas when the men went to the war, and they got the women to play baseball just for entertainment, and it was, it felt like there was true fabric in that movie. Yeah, Soul of the Game, man, one of the good ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Bull Durham is another good baseball movie.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That was Robert De Niro, right? Was that De Niro?
Yeah.
That was De Niro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the new. Yeah.
What's the one with Kevin Costner?
That was Field of
That's
Dreams.
for the dreams.
He had two of them.
Oh,
He played when he was like an Asian baseball player. Whereas Field of Dreams, Field of Dreams, he wasn't a baseball player. He was just he built a baseball field. This one he played a baseball player.
He was like an over the hill guy, and then yes, I remember. Yes, it's a good movie. I need to find it. I'm gonna find it. Hold on.
I mean, low key, I like Moneyball too.
No, he was Bull Durham. He was Bull Durham. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't De Niro.
No, it was Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that's the movie that T's just talking about because
he played Crash Davis.
Yeah.
How about baseball? I mean basketball.
Oh man.
Basketball.
The Hank Gather story.
Yeah. He got game.
He got game above the
White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Jump above the
Sunset Park.
Sunset Park. What was my guy? Coach Carter.
Coach Carter. Glory Road.
Glory Road. See, this is where we can just run off like 20 of them. No.
Six Man.
Six Man. Yeah. Be like Mike.
Like Mike.
Like
Cut
Mike,
it out.
whatever.
Take a break. Take a break.
Trash. Hoop Dreams is a documentary, but
Hoop Dreams was
that wasn't no damn good.
I love
really?
Love Hoop Dreams. Love
Why?
it. Because it shows that
I don't really like documentaries.
The statistic that there have only been 5,100 players in 75 years of basketball. That documentary shows why there's literally only 5,100 players that have ever played in the NBA. That to me,
since we counting documentaries though.
Huh?
Are we counting documentaries?
No, I just can't. I'm thinking about basketball, and that kind of like to me.
Because we count documentaries.
Well, yeah. No.
Almost.
That's one. That's one of. It's just a great. It's just a great.
You can't. I don't know if you could talk about basketball movies without talking about it. Like that's hard. It's hard to.
That's right. That's okay. Yeah.
So we are counting documentaries then.
I think that's the conflict. The conflict of that. Because yeah, I don't know. Hoop Dreams was really, and I saw that. Shit, I was fucking. What was that? 12.
I was very disappointed when I saw Hoop Dreams.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was so talked about, and I watched it, and it was a documentary about two dudes who ain't really, I thought it didn't meet up to what I was like. No, a documentary gotta be like.
So it was the expectation or the unexpectations of the two protagonists in the doc.
Yeah, what was his name?
AG and I can't remember his other.
Yeah.
Because
we're gonna talk documentaries, basketball documentaries. Then you know what I'm saying we gotta talk about the go to basketball documentaries. Then if you're gonna count it. So I'm asking, like, are we counting documentaries? Because if we are, then
I'm
The
not, we're
Last
not doing that,
Dance?
Michael
The
Jordan.
Last
That's
Dance
not,
is the GOAT.
no.
Until LeBron drop his, and then we gotta wait for Vanessa to drop Kobe's.
Yeah, okay, all right, fine. We're not.
No.
Let's
We
not,
gotta kick
let's
it
not
out.
do that.
Kick it out.
Let's not do that. Then. Let's not do that. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk. What is it? Fictional?
Juwanna Man.
We'll do fiction.
So would you consider Life a baseball movie?
Life? Yeah, like I'm about to say.
Does it count as a baseball movie?
Low key
Life?
is a baseball movie. Life, yeah. Low key is a baseball movie.
It has baseball in it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. If people tell me that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because Christmas is in the movie, then Life gotta count as a fucking baseball movie. I don't agree with either one of those statements.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Life is not a baseball movie, and Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. If you ask me.
You're saying Die Hard is not a Christmas movie?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Before we get out of here tonight, Ron, we got you on. Thanks for joining us tonight. What you got for us before you get out of here?
It's always good to see y'all. Always good to talk to y'all.
Yeah, sure.
Shout out to Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Album of the year.
Oh my God. Oh, crazy. Shout out to Nike finally releasing the goddamn Jordan 8 retro playoffs.
Can I say something before we get off Killer Mike since you mentioned him? I want to say one thing I love about what Killer Mike's doing.
Yeah.
Killer Mike, and I think other veteran rappers could follow his footsteps, including Nas. And that's not a shot at Nas. I'm saying because what I'm saying with Killer Mike is Killer Mike, even though he's granted he came in the rap game, he came into the mainstream of rap a lot later than a lot of his age-wise contemporaries. They're all pretty much the same age. He's either late 40s.
He's 47.
To be about 50, right?
He's almost 50.
What he's done to him and his team has done to utilize social media is remarkable because he's not relying on old tried and true promotions and release date bullshit. Like, yo, he dropped the project and he's following up on that project. And I take what's my guy from Texas who pretty much made his name backing up his quality music from Texas. God damn it.
You want to Slim Trade the Truth. You talking about Trade the Truth.
I'm talking about my guy, Try Jesus Not Me. Try Jesus.
Oh, you talking about Toby?
I fuck his name. I can't pronounce his name.
I don't want to butcher the man's name.
I'm not butchering. Yeah, I'm not
butchering.
Say
Toby.
Yeah.
Toby and his wife. Like what they've done. Yeah, what they've done.
Yeah, he's tough.
You found out that he was what he got based on how he used social media and those short videos of his music.
Right.
And fast forward, I'm seeing Killer Mike, even though he already has a name, and he's using social media to drop his music and promote his videos and shit like that. Because the best way to promote your stuff is make it palatable for people to want to repost it and share it on their stories.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
And yeah, hands down, 100%. And I guess my last thing, I will have my shades on this Saturday in motherfucking Folsom Field. When
Beyonce.
When Deion takes on when Coach Prime.
Colorado.
When Coach
Prime
takes on the CSU Rams. I will be in the stands with my shades on.
Exactly.
Are you going to the game?
And your hat on.
Most definitely. I will be there.
I will be there.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope.
But you're not a Buffaloes fan originally, are you?
Hell no. This ain't nothing but Coach Prime, baby.
Cool. All right. So far we've come from what of how we thought about Deion when he rolled out. It's like, we put that aside. We've all like I'm talking about from a collective black folk. We put all that shit aside and yo, Deion, we still with you, baby.
Yeah, still with him. We might have like a disagreement. It's all good. Like, but he's doing things. Like, I can't be mad at him. Honestly, I think he did that just to get his son a bigger platform in the first place. Like, he's trying to get his son on. I think that's like commendable and admirable.
bro.
You know what I mean? To a certain
The
extent. Like,
the
not
question
certain
at this
extent,
point
but,
is how many first rounders they gonna have on this team now? You know
at
they got
least
2.
three.
You know they got 2.
Yeah, two. He might get his other son, not his first, but he's gonna get him drafted. He might
Shiloh.
get him drafted. Yeah,
I'm
Shiloh.
talking about how many first rounders they gonna have.
Oh, first, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna have. I think he's gonna have 2. He's gonna have Travis and he's gonna have Shador.
Travis gonna
And-
Shador.
Yeah, and that's dope. That's fire. You know what I mean? And he's gonna have a bunch more.
Right now, is Travis Hunter hired as a corner or a wideout?
I have to watch it. I haven't watched the whole game. I've watched like highlights and parts of the last game. So
I
I think maybe he might be more valuable as a cornerback, in my opinion.
I like him as a corner.
Yeah.
I would go into the I would like to see him go into the NFL as a corner, and then they can use him like how they used Champ Bailey back in the day, like how they used Dion, how they used Charles Woodson. You know, like how they use those guys.
Because they pay wideouts more than they pay corners. I'd love to see him going as a wideout.
Travis might love to see him
Get
go
your
as a
money. Get your money.
Get your bag. Yeah, most definitely get your bag.
Both of those are premium skill positions, though.
For sure.
But
B Money.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What you got for us, B Money?
Watch Ahsoka if you're a Star Wars fan.
Woo!
Talk that shit.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Talk that shit.
Shout out to Rosario Dawson.
Yes, Rosario.
AKA Lala. She always be Lala.
Lala. Hello. Hi, Rosario. I'm gonna say hi.
Hello, Rosario.
My favorite line of hers is always gonna be Bariqua, baby, thank you. What y'all Dominican? Since that's my brother. What y'all Dominican? Bariqua, baby, thank you.
What Shannon Sharp? Woo!
Yeah, Star Wars is really the TV part of it is.
Oh God.
Yeah, like we can talk about that later, but I'm very happy with most of the Star Wars TV stuff. But yeah, Ahsoka's like really hitting right now. What's happening, man? Like, just look out for on the right up and everything. Like, I'm gonna hit Ron up later. I'm just trying to. It's not working hard enough. We gotta make more money for the babies.
Let me chime in on Ahsoka before I go. As I'm watching this, I'm like, yo, this not about Ahsoka. This ain't about Sabine. I mean, it is, but I'm looking at the forest through the trees.
Yes, it's about Thrawn.
No, it's not about Thrawn. This is about Jason.
Watch.
This is about the next step for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Develop, because if you notice it, it's connective tissue, and you need the start birthing that connect. And the fact that Jason think about it. There are people who are Star Wars fans who didn't watch Rebels, who didn't watch Clone Wars. But guess what you're gonna find yourself doing now?
You're
gonna find yourself going back and watching Clone. And most people have the same issue that I had with both of them. It's not necessarily about the storyline or that it's animated. It's about the actual animation. A lot of people aren't fans of the style of animation. Mm-hmm. And I feel like now that they have a reason to go.
It's such a great story. It's such a great story. If they can look past the animation, it's an unbelievable story.
I can definitely say that I'd already started watching Rebels right before Disney Plus launched, because Disney had another channel, another app, their other app. Yeah. So I was watching that. It was Rebels, and it's another one they have. It's another cartoon that Star Wars had, and it's slipping my mind right now, but I'll come back to it when I get a chance to. But it's another Star Wars cartoon that Disney's had, and I was watching that one.
The only problem I have with Rebels is it's a little bit cartoony as far as the fights, because they kind of like nobody losing limbs. It's really Disney-ish, but it's it's for kids or whatever. So I can't ding them too bad. Like but Clone Wars gets dark. Clone Wars gets really
Yes.
dark. Yeah, it gets like really tough to watch. There's some tough
Really
spots,
bad.
and if you're watching, since we're on Star Wars,
Resistance.
Bad
That's my favorite
Batch,
one.
yeah,
Bad
Bad
Batch is
Batch
good.
gets there was some man that last season
Yeah.
where we're talking about the clones. It gets tough. Like
Yeah.
there's some tough stuff there, and it's like Rebels didn't have that as much. There was
You know what drew me to Rebels?
but I like Rebels. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I like Rebels. I'm not trying to diss it. Any disrespect. What'd you say? What you about to say?
What drew me to Rebels was the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, that's a great character.
Grand Inquisitor
Great
was
character.
badass.
Yeah, great.
But the other Star Wars cartoon I was talking about was Resistance, which is another good. It was
I couldn't get
more
into
kiddie. It was more
Yeah.
kiddie, but it was still good.
Yeah, I couldn't get it.
So
I
what
gotta
I
watch
what I
some of
got
that.
what I got for y'all before I get out of here is, you know what I'm saying, look
Music.
forward to some new music dropping. We got a tape we're working on. We're in the process. We're probably, and I've been sending Brian a couple records here and there. We're probably at least 15 to 20 in the chamber. Breeze said let's do 80. So we got I don't know if we're gonna make it to having 80 in the chamber to choose from, but we got some joints. We got some joints. Breeze and Rock talking that shit. You know, I'm
What do
bringing
you?
my.
What are you? What is? Are you lyricist? Producing? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, we do that.
Oh,
CSU, Instagram, CSUG TV.
okay.
We got our latest joints. We got a couple of our latest joints posted. I got a couple more about to come up that we got to finish up on. The latest one that I'm behind, that I'm pushing, that will be on Spotify pretty soon. That may or may not be featured in a movie that's getting streamed on a major platform. It's a record called "I Ain't Mean To." It's crack, but we got some crack. I mean, listen, we got some crack.
Yeah, some fire. You got some fire.
We got some crack.
Okay.
For sure.
And we needed to start cross promoting everything, man. That's what needs to be, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna do it, but you know what I'm saying. Ain't nobody gonna do it for us.
And before I go, I want to shout out to everybody who showed love, whether it be the Facebook post or Instagram message, or actually pulled up to my birthday, or whatever the case may be. I appreciate y'all for all the birthday love. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the biggest present for me. Like, sure, I love any gift anybody gives me, but just love. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what
We're literally July, August, September,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's a crazy 3-month run. Like that's I never
We got 2 in July, because we got Brian at the beginning of the July. We got our battle rap correspondent Tone Rock on the 5th.
Yeah.
And we got Brian on the 27th. You know what I'm saying? Then Ron, you in August.
right.
You know what I mean?
11th, right? 11th.
August 11th, yes, sir.
Yeah. And then you got me, you got myself 11th, then my bro, who's not a part of the pod, who hasn't been part of the podcast but for like 1 or 2 episodes, but like off camera, he's our brother. That's my heart. It's Breeze, whose birthday's on Sunday. So we're gonna link up and do something on his birthday. We might go live IG for that.
That's Virgo Nation.
Yeah, facts.
That's my respect. That's my sister. My sister September 17th, man. So
and then we got Really Real on the back end October 11th. So we got a couple dates coming up.
What's going on with him, man? What's going on with him, real quick? What's he been up to?
That boy, he
just
put
came
his
back
body.
from Tennessee.
Yeah, he got a real. He be putting his work in. He got a really good job, so they be sending him out different places or whatever. Sure. But yeah, man, episode 6, and I don't know. I gotta say this. I want to apologize to whatever audience we have who got used to listening to our podcast, and we had regular content available for you guys. I want to take a personal time to apologize to any of our audience members who had gotten used to it or started building up, you know what I'm saying, expectations for us. I'd vowed for us not to be to the point where we went years without giving content, and we took advantage. We did a great job of taking advantage of, the pandemic. And even before the pandemic, we were at least finding a little time beforehand. And I think post-pandemic has really been a challenge. And you got to remember, before the pandemic and now, we're both husbands now, so we have to dedicate a certain amount of time to home life to make sure that we, you know what I'm saying, we respecting our time as husbands and fathers for myself, to not just alienate our wives. But I can say for myself, I just have to make sure we're doing I gotta do a better balance of saying, hey, yeah, I'm dedicated to you, but this is something that's passionate about for me, that I need this time for myself.
Sure.
And every episode can't be at 9:30 at night because one of us got to work early in the morning. So sometimes my podcast may be in the middle of the day when you rather have me at dinner, because that's where prime audience time is too. So it's just one of those things where we just got to have better communication, better scheduling, and get back on a scheduled program. But I'll say this, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to do a lot of cleaning up of the content that we already have, as well as catching up and making sure that we are locking in. Even if we can't do you every week, we're going to make sure it's like, hey, every 2 weeks on this date, boom, locked and loaded, live stream. Here we are. Let's talk that shit.
Yeah.
Let's talk that shit.
Behind it, fully behind it. More content just from one half on the right up. I'm doing DIY stuff. Got this, got affiliate marketing, trying to connect the two. You know what I mean? Put some connective tissue between those things. And
tell them about your OnlyFans that you're working on, Brian.
Here we go.
What?
That was perfect.
Cat's out the bag. My bad, bro.
Oh my God.
I didn't know you weren't ready to break that out on him.
No, but
Yeah.
they all froze. What happened there?
How my man say? Yeah, man, I did a whole
We
spread
all
and
froze on that.
Playgirl.
We had the destination, man.
As Mike Honcho. Yeah.
We had the
Spread.
destination.
Hey, you want to ride up?
Please.